Hello, everybody. Today we are doing collective love reading. We are going to go into your past love, present love life, and your future love life. Thank you so much for joining. So let's see. All right, so first, let's look into your past. Let's look into what you had to deal with. What was it all about? All right, so it seems to me that even some of your past situations are steeping into the present. So you're someone who, um, you know, you're a very nostalgic person. So you like to kind of go back and finish what you had started. You don't really give up easily. So I do see you kind of going back and forth between someone from your past and still dealing with that person into your in your present. And this is only for some of you. Some of you had completely let go and have moved on completely. And it's a proud feeling that you have that you were able to let go of an old situation that really had you waiting. I do see you, for some of you, you were with someone for years, or it took you a long time to get over that person. It could be years. So, but I do see you moving on completely for some of you, and for some of you, you're still kind of going back and forth between your past love, and it's you know messing up with your present love life. And then also in the past, in your past love, there was a lot of lessons learned, a lot of heartache, but also a lot of beautiful memories. And, just being able to kind of learn from your past mistakes. And there was a lot of heartbreaks, and it really did mess with you mentally. And at some point your self-esteem was crashed, or your confidence was really low with this person or someone from your past, because you did not really set your boundaries, or you did not really believe in yourself. You did not believe that you need to, you deserve the love life that you deserve. And I do see able to now into the present, being able to attract more suited people, someone who really do care about you, someone who takes care of you. And it's more of a it's more of a love life that you do deserve and you do attract. So let's look into your present more. Let's see what's coming up in your present love life. As I had mentioned, a lot of you are now setting your standards high. You're not settling down. If something is not serving you right, you're letting it go. You are more assertive in your love life. You know exactly what you're looking for, and you also being more open-minded to, more possibilities. You're not as superficial as before. There are some qualities that you're looking for in a person, that's more on a soul level, or the character of a person that you're looking at. You're not, just looking at the physical attributes. Before you might have been more drawn to physical attraction of a person, and then that would be your determinant factor. But now you're more about character, about the actions of a person. In your present, you have some people who are taking the action toward you, right? So they're actually planning the dates, they're taking you out, they're getting to know you, they're ambitious. It's not only you that's doing the work, and you also, in your present love life, you're ensure that you don't feel alone um, in a love relationship, because in the past you were doing all of the work, and there was a lot of people, even though it was a great connection, it was great chemistry, you still felt alone in love relationship. So now you're making sure that whenever you see a red flag, you're letting go. Okay? You're letting go. You're no longer staying nowhere where it doesn't serve you. And you make sure that you are getting to know the person, and you're taking your time, and you're asking the right questions. And some of you may even have a little list, and just different qualities that you're looking for into your present life. At some of the intentions of the people that are in your present love life. Okay. So it's a mix between there are some really genuine people in your life who want the best for you, and they take their time with you. I see a person who's very kind and nurturing, and they've really had made a lasting impact in your life, and you feel at home with them. But they're more like a friend vibe, or so you think, or so you kind of for some of you, that you just want to take it slow and just have that friendship level first. But then some of you are, still could be stuck in a toxic cycle where it's really destroying the potential of a healthy love life, right? You're still recognizing these patterns that you have that are destructive to you and your growth. And you need to make sure that you are not afraid to show who you are, and it doesn't affect you in a negative way where your light doesn't shine, right? Because the people, the people who are interested in you, they're watching you, and if you're not able to show up as yourself, then that means that someone had dimmed your light, and you don't want to do that. You don't want anyone to affect how you feel about yourself and affect your confidence. And also, that going into your present love life, if you cannot be yourself around this person, this is not a person for you. So some of you have recognized these people in your life who have their insecurities, who try to bring you down, who try to bring down your confidence. And these are familiar feelings that are coming up for you. For some of you, you might have treated this way in your household while you were growing up. So you're aware of what's going on in your love life, and you feel more right, but you're still recognizing the fact that there's still some healing to do, and you've made a lot of progress, but you still sometimes fall back into the trap of trying to prove yourself and not just showing up as you are. Whenever a person is withdrawing themselves from you, you try to chase them, right? So you still get caught up in a little bit of a game playing with people who should just accept you as you are, and if they don't, then that's not for you, right? And then also the people who are care for you on a friendship level first, something to definitely take a look at. Give your time, give yourself some time, and give yourself some grace to be able to just enjoy the company of someone who truly cares for you. And you know, I do see that for some of you, you have to learn how to be attracted to that calm and loving friendship, relationship, love connection, right? It doesn't have to be crazy sexual chemistry. It could just be something that's long lasting. And to build something that's long lasting, you have to ensure that take your time and you give yourself permission to be loved properly, right? Because you deserve to be loved properly. You have done so much work in your past relationships. You have learned your lessons. You have learned your mistakes. You've done it all. So make sure to make space for people who calm down your nervous system, right? Someone who has a calm presence and they're able to listen to you and they're able to be a friend first before your lover. All right, so keep reminding yourself in your present love connections that it's you don't need to prove yourself to anyone. You don't need to be anyone else but yourself. And if someone in your life feels like you're being too loud, too annoying, too much, then make sure you pull back, make sure you withdraw from that situation, and keep focusing on yourself and keep showing your light because that's what it's about, right? So let's see what else we have. And some of you are really also there's a lot of like internal battle as far as like, okay, I have done the work. I'm doing what I need to do. You might be reading some books, listening to some podcasts. You're focusing on yourself and you're not seeing any changes. You're not seeing any sudden changes. That's the problem because not everything that you're trying to manifest, not everything that you're trying to work for in your life will show up suddenly. It's going to be in details, right? It's going to be in details how you feel about yourself. It's going to be in your thoughts, the details of your thoughts that you think about yourself. You want to make sure that you really pay attention to how you're talking to yourself and how you're treating yourself. And whenever you're having that low point in your life, you have to understand that it's human and it's okay to sometimes just have a bad day or have a bad moment. It's totally human. There's no shame in that. There's totally fine. And sometimes in love life you're gonna have low points in your life. And another thing that I do see you that you need to work on is make sure that whenever something doesn't go right with the person in your mind, whenever there's an argument or there's distance, your mood should not depend on another person's actions. All right, so I do see for some of you, you need to make sure you become more independent when it comes to your regulating your mood. And, just if he or she did not reply to you, does not mean that it's the end of the world, right? It doesn't mean you need to react. You need to make sure that you stand tall in your truth. You're still feeling confident. right? So there could be some rejection sensitivity for some of you that you're experiencing in your present love life. Um, and, just realizing that it's okay to be rejected. If you're being rejected, it's a God's redirection, right? All right, let's look into our future. What's gonna happen for your future love life? So I definitely do see good things happening, but this is gonna be the type of love that you will really need to learn a lot about. Like this is gonna be love that feels very unfamiliar in a good way. There's gonna be many times where you're gonna have to make sure that you are able to go on without this person, right? It doesn't mean that this person is abandoning you. This future love may even trigger some abandonment issues, something that you have struggled with in the past. But I do, just being able to fight against that much more, being able to regulate yourself much more, and even being able to communicate to your future lover that you are having some issues with, whatever you want to bring up to this person, you'll be able to talk to them, and they will be understanding. So I do see someone coming into your life, or becoming a part of your love life, someone who's very mature and able to effectively communicate. And if there will be some old wounds that will be triggered. All right. So that's a normal thing. Anytime whenever you fall in love or there's some romantic feelings involved, um, it's common to feel triggered. And I just want you to remember that you have already done the work, and you have already found some healthy coping skills able to soothe your own inner child, or regulate your emotions. And it's not shameful, it's not a bad thing. There's no need to um, doubt yourself or doubt the love of the person that you're with. This person will love you through thick and thin. I do see someone, who's willing to fight for the relationship that you guys will be building, and ready to stand with you, um, and just go through the motions you as well. Okay. All right. So let's see what else. What else is gonna come up in the future for you? I do see like some of you. It's You're gonna like totally become a different person, and what I mean by that, you're gonna leave your old self in the past, and you're gonna reemerge as someone who's not gonna put up with any of the BS anymore. You're gonna stand in your power. You're gonna elevate spiritually. You're gonna be able to open up your heart. Some of you have like a blocked heart chakra, so you, because of all of the past hurt in the past, all of the past hurt in your love life. Some of you may have some trust issues, but in the future it's definitely going to be a thing of the past. I see you coming forward, and just being able um, to open up to receive love that you deserve, and to be able to give love that you want to give. um, and just your old self dying and going away and reemerging as your new self. See, some of you, you're not going to even be able to recognize yourself anymore. You're going to be like, who is this person in front of me? I can't believe it. And it's also important to love yourself in every moment of transformation, right? So life is transformation, and we are all evolving and so it's important for you to love yourself whenever you're thinking you're not doing that great, whenever you're thinking that it's not going your way. It's important to make sure that you still give yourself some grace. And in the future, you're going to have a much easier time to be able to give yourself some grace and being able to, um, just overcome obstacles and these hurdles with much more ease and with much more grace. And I see some of you are, developing a close community circle, someone who will be supportive of you. It's you have that community in your life that will be supportive of you and give you clear guidance, right? And stand by your side no matter what. All right, let's see what we have for the future. Okay. And then some of you may have some questions about, you know, in my future, I felt like I gave everything up for this person. Am I gonna have to give everything up for my future person? And I don't see that. What I see is someone who's gonna be able to, take care of you, even financially, or not afraid to spoil you, not afraid to show you how they truly feel in a materialistic world, because that's important. It could be some flowers, it could be just a token of appreciation, being able to make you feel confident in your own abilities to make money, right? Some financial advice that this person is going to be able to give you. I also see someone who will, protect you and protect your feelings, right? Before in the past or even in the present, there's still this pattern that you're people to hurt your feelings and not apologize to you. The person in the future is going to make sure that they're protecting your feelings. They're protecting your feelings. You know, they're being kind to you and compassionate to you, but also they're protecting your feelings from other people who try to hurt you, right? So let's go into the advice just overall. So let's see. And then I'm going to wrap this up. So the advice is do not dim your light for anyone. Also make sure that you keep working on yourself and making sure that you have made a life for yourself that you enjoy. Um, you want to make sure that you stay close to your friends who are supportive. You stay close to your community who's supportive. You want to be around people who uplift you, who motivate you, who love you for who you are, who accept you for who you are. And make sure that you take some time to journal your thoughts or to reflect on your past mistakes. That sometimes we think we learned something, but then if you go back and you rethink it, it will give you a new perspective. So make sure you take that time for yourself and just really check in with yourself daily and ask yourself, how am I feeling today? And making sure that you are speaking to yourself in a compassionate way and loving way, in a way that you would want your person in the future or the present to love you. So the way that you want someone else to treat you, with respect, with compassion and love, it should start with you. This is how I want you to talk to yourself. This is how I want you to love on yourself, to spoil yourself, to um, the thoughts that you have, right? So make sure you take the time to check in with yourself. And that will be all for this reading. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for um, all your comments and all of your love and all of your likes. Hope you all have a great, great night, and I will see you next time.